good. Now, Blair, I have no announcers yet. Repeat, no announcers yet. Mic 3 will be the mic. Mic 3. Yes, Blair. I hear you, Blair. Go ahead, tell me. Blair,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Strong Field in Madison, Connecticut, the football home of your Daniel Hand Tigers.
Nice shot.
Tonight the Tigers play host to Hillhouse.
Hey, here he is.
One-eyed Jack.
All right, how's your eyes?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Great.
That neat? You can see what's going on.
How much of the senior night are you going to take?
The whole thing.
Okay.
The tape's already running.
Okay. Are we going to need...
Yeah, what? Yeah, Blair, turn down mics 1 and 2 for now until they start ready to talk.
I think that's a good idea.
Never mind, wait, I'll turn them off up here.
Team, along with their parents.
Come on, you take it.
Starting with number 30, a co-captain, Dan Anderson, and his parents, Debbie and Pete Anderson. Number 7, Dan Brand, his parents, Sandy and Myron.
Blair, do you have audio? Do you have audio? Blair, do you have audio on Tim the Creek? Is audio flowing? No audio.
Number 74, Matt DeConcilius, and his mom and dad, Rose and Donna. Number 12, Jason DeFrancesco, his parents, Larry and Tammy. Number 26, Rob Dominowski and his mother, Pam. Number 70, Ed Drew, and his mom and dad, Pat and Ed.
Great hope shot.
Number 68, Andy Elting, his mom and dad, Julie and Jim.
51 is Ed.
Number 69, Chris Gavin, his mom and dad, Dottie and Ed Gavin. Dottie couldn't make it tonight, and so Ed will be joined by Chris's siblings, who are much tougher than Chris.
now 50, 75 is now 51.
Number 79, Colin Johnson. And his mom, Betsy. And his siblings, who I know are tougher than Colin. Number 76, Vero Kashawa. His mom and dad, Bon and Locke. Number 42, James Kingsley. His mom and dad, Jane and Jim.
He's a good player. Defense, great.
Okay, Steve, I hear you.
Number 44, Jeff Monroe. His parents, Janice and Don. Number 8, Scott Roberts. His mom and dad, Diane and Terry. Number 91, Zach Suppy. His mom and dad, Karen and Russ.
Every other play. What would probably happen is by the end of the quarter,
Number 5, Greg Wolby. His mom and dad, Mary and Chuck. The team managers, Ann Galley. Her mom and dad, Cynthia and Fran. And Corinne Bergami and her mom, Jean.
Your buddy over there. Man up. He wants to know if it's two string races
The cheerleaders, Sophia Velasquez. Her mom and dad, Terry and Maria Davis.
He's from Jersey. How the hell do you end up in Maryland? You figure it out. Do you want to go to Rutgers? You would have got an education. That's still questionable. He thinks you would, but I...
Samantha Pelferman
I don't need
and Patricia Kennedy, her mom. Katie Swan, who's here tonight with Vicky Swan and her grandfather Jack Bean.
And those guys, your cousins, I know a lot of them. They got an idea how to do it. They're gonna get some guy that's young, coordinator at the job. Because the coach is from Jersey, right? And they'll send you the ball.
And our two mascots, Tim Leonard and Jane Atkins.
The turnover is pretty good. A rough kick for 2 years.
They've been on the team of two most yesterday.
Once again, Jack Suppies, number 91. And his mom and dad, Karen and Russ.
Good four shot here. Camera 2, good four shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 1997 senior team and their parents. The officials for tonight's game: the referee, Larry Griffin; the umpire, Tom Viola; the linesman, Martin Dempsey; the judge, Felton Jackson; and the back judge, John Tulo. On the clock, and keeping warm, Tony Vitola.
Good evening. We have the toss before the game gets underway here. Hillhouse will get the ball first. And will receive.
Did you get him? You got both of them.
We are about ready to get underway. This Hillhouse team has not won a game yet this year, but in past years they have had some very athletic players. I guess they've got a new coach and a new program going, Frank. They've had a tough year so far.
Yeah, they have, but you know, they have given a lot of teams some pretty tough games, so you can't count them out of any particular game out there. And, you know, we want to see them do well in their program, or obviously we want to see Han do well, so the fact that they have a mirror image record this year, you don't want to take it too lightly. Certainly not with what's in front of us anyway. Everything wants to be run well, nothing sloppily, and everything with the best you can do.
The game time temperature is 38 degrees. The wind is out of the northwest at 20 miles an hour. The wind chill factor is 21 degrees.
Down like 3, up 1 and 2. Down 3, up 1, 2. Go ahead, Coach.
We are about ready to get this game underway. Hillhouse has won the toss. We'll get the ball first. Greg Walby set to kick off from the 40. Hillhouse will be going toward the east with a wind tonight. We have about a 20-knot wind behind them for the first quarter. And is coming into this game with a 9-0 record, ranked number 1 in the state.
Just to remind everybody, Ken, who is sitting at home Monday and Wednesday night or any other night, cozy with their hot chocolate in their hand, it's roughly about a 20-degree wind chill factor out here tonight. We've been having snow showers all day, and it may continue into the evening.
Greg Walby hits a long one. It's going to be fielded down about the near the 10-yard line. Run to the right in the return, and number 11 is the first man there for the tackle. That's Vinny Benevento makes a tackle.
Nicely picked up out there because Jimmy Kingsley went in his wedge-busting roll and took on 3 blockers, actually forced the runner off to the right side, and Vinny was right there taking him down.
Benevento makes a sure tackle, and Hillhouse starts the game at about the 21. This game is being played on November 16th, Sunday night, delayed from Friday night when it was cold and rainy.
Has not happened too many times, but through the years we can remember a few delays of this nature.
Whoa! Man in the secondary, and finally he's met by safety there after about a 10-yard gain.
Well, Latimer took him down, met him head on. Very, very big fullback. Hillhouse usually does have some pretty good-sized athletes out there. And what we saw right then is he came right through the line, some good sure blocking. And that's the kind of thing Han does not want to let happen, is to let down at all.
Their schedule nowadays, they cannot afford to mail it in against any team. Hillhouse, a 9-yard gain on the first play from scrimmage. And a run up the middle, and man still going, breaks a tackle, breaks another one. Coming to the near side with another big gainer, clear up across the 45.
Yes, he was branded right then. As Danny came across, it was only here Latimer left to take him down. Branded got him.
We've had a 9-yard gain and about a 16-yard gain on 2 plays here, Frank.
Yes,
Hillhouse has moved the ball.
We see some sharp blocking by the front line of Hillhouse and some good nifty moving out there by their running backs.
So maybe the hand defense knows that they're in a game early here. Ball at the 46. First down for Hillhouse. A run right up the middle, and the man breaks a tackle and gains about 6.
Same thing, some very, very good blocking by the offensive line there, making a good hole to start with for the running backs.
Kingsley and Brand in on the tackle.
5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5.
Picked up a little over 5 yards on that run. Running right across the middle behind center and guard. It's just warm enough. The ground does not appear to be frozen, but it's not much above freezing out here tonight. And Hillhouse with a run, another run, man, bounces off, goes to the outside, and T.J. Naylor makes a good tackle over there. T.J. Naylor stood up his man and brought him down.
Nice
No
job.
gain.
Nice job. T.J. was actually been pretty well handled out there by a pulling guard. He was able to slide it off well enough so he make the tackle.
T.J. Naylor has got 1 white sock and 1 black one over there. Either he couldn't get a match or he still got a leg problem he had a couple of games ago.
Yeah, he's probably still nursing, particularly in a cold night like this. Very easy to get him cramped up.
3rd and a long 5 for Hillhouse. And looks to pass. And it's thrown over to the near side. It's broken up nicely by Dan Brand.
He was branded right then. Nice job.
That was a good pass right in the hands of the receiver, and Brand knocked it away before he could haul it in.
Matter of fact, it was very nicely played again by the Hillhouse team out there, because I thought the quarterback was going to hit the man that was coming across the center from the right side, but he had his man open over here on the left, and
that was a completed pass until Brand knocked it out of the hands of the receiver. 4th and long coming up, punt formation.
He absolutely did do that too, knocking it right out of his hands.
We got Brand and Naylor back to receive the punt. It's a good snap and a low kick, a low spiral. It's going to go. He stopped at about the 28.
All right, so not bad field position for Hand on their first possession here, after having a little bit of a trouble stopping the Hillhouse team out there.
Hand with the ball for the first time. We have 9:12 left first quarter and no score.
I'm going to try to take the statistics on this, Kent, but if the ink doesn't freeze up on
it's a little cold to do that, Frank. We'll read it in the paper on the stats if we need to. Scott Roberts at quarterback, Jeff Monroe at fullback. Monroe gets the ball across the left side, left guard, left tackle for about 3. One of the interesting things on hand football is we always used to count on first play from scrimmage going to the right side. That has not happened. I don't even think 50% of the time this year. Dan Anderson brings in a play. Friedler out. 2nd and 6. Pitch wide to Anderson. Anderson swings it to the right. Cuts through. Got a first down across the 40. Got a very nice block by Colin Jerry's son out there. And also Sean, the Manley guy, did a good job. It's nice to see the hand band here. They're not in uniform tonight. They won't be out at halftime. That's right. I understand that Mr. Fasano is not here tonight, but I see Mr. Clemens is here. Well, this is strictly voluntary. When they don't have it on the normal scheduled game, it's totally voluntary if the students want to show up, and it's great to see it. They got about half of the band there. It's handed off deep in the backfield to Anderson. Breaks through, and he's got another first down. Still going. Down about the 43. Again, he came across the right-hand side, picked up a good block by Special K over here. That was about a 15-yard gain by Dan Anderson, who is over 1,000 yards already for the season. Hand's first possession. We're early in the first quarter. Friedler back in at tailback. Pitch to Friedler, and Jeremy Friedler swings it to the right side, and he's got a corner. It's pushed out of bounds near the 35, but that's about a 7 or 8 yard gain.
It's really been neat seeing the way Jeremy the fiddler on the roof has been able to come through for us this year. He's an underclassman doing a great job out there, and we're going to need that next year when we don't have Dan and the mountain man around.
About a 7 yard gain, 2nd and 3 for Ham. Anderson back in the tailback. Anderson and Monroe behind quarterback Scott Roberts. Handed off to Monroe, and a good hole, big hole. Takes it to the sideline up near the 25. That's a first down.
That's Jeff Monroe taking it around the right side.
About a 10 yard gain.
Right now, Ham's able to get him in pretty good doses as far as the runs go. Getting some good blocks. The pursuit's a little bit slow from Hillhouse. For the first time in, I think, Daniel Hand history of Madison Cable TV, we've got a monitor up here that we're able to go with. It looks good.
First down at the 26 for Ham. And Vero Keshwal leaves the count early. That'll cost Hand 5.
Oh, the adrenaline rushing at you right there.
Do a legal procedure. 5 yard penalty against the Tigers.
We were making
He thought the snap count was 2 when it was really 3.
Yeah, he's a little bit anxious to get in the fray.
Frank, you were looking at something earlier before the game here about penalties this year. Hand has had quite a few penalties, haven't they?
Unbelievable. This is an unbelievable number, over 300 yards in penalties. And good Ken Conlon puts those together for us. Just a minute, we'll get to that.
There's Dan Anderson cutting through. And Anderson bouncing off of Flares and carries it down about the 22. Good run.
Okay, that was a good run. He saw a nice hole to his left, and he came across past Eddie Drew and moved over to that side and slipped a couple of tackles. Now, they weren't real good tackles at that time, but nonetheless, he did it.
That's about a 9 yard gain and brings up 2nd and about 7.
2nd down and 7 for the Tigers.
Chris Gavin, the center. At left guard is Andy Elting. At right guard is Colin Johnson. Left tackle Ed Drew. Right tackle is Vero Keshwala. Tight end James Kingsley. And a flag before the play starts. The man that threw the flag was deep in Hillhouse. He was keeping the clock.
Yeah.
Delay of game, too much
It
time.
seemed like that took a long time taking hold, and don't know why. What we were talking about stats earlier was that Hand has almost tripled the number of penalties that their opponents have had, and that's very, very unlike Hand.
It hasn't hurt him a whole lot in most games, however. That'll bring up 2nd and 12 now. Pitch wide to Friedler, and Friedler is hit for a short gain. Gains maybe 2.
Well, yeah, but what you're really saying is that Hand has not had to worry about the offense too much this year, and that's where most of the penalties have come from. But nonetheless, when you get into the real good teams like you're going to have in maybe state championship tournament, you can't afford that sort of thing.
This time Hand puts 3 receivers to the left, 3rd and long. Jeff Monroe is the only man back behind the quarterback, and usually he carries the ball on this kind of play. And here he carries it again. Breaks tackles inside the 20. He looks like he may be a yard or so short of a first down, but a good gain. Hand spreads the field with 3 receivers to the left and then gives it to Jeff Monroe right up the middle.
Jeff Monroe, the ball carrier, and that's stopped by Daryl Robinson.
What our good friend Ken and buddy Ken Conlon was trying to do about the stats as far as the penalties goes, point out that a lot of those have been on kicks into the end zone by Walby, or kicks out of bounds by Walby.
This is a 4th down play, 4th and 1. Anderson with the ball. He's got a first down and heading for the goal line. Dan Anderson takes it in. Anderson takes it in from about, where are we, about 17?
About 17 now, we'll give him that as far as the run goes.
Touchdown run by Dan Anderson.
He saw it well to the right, and one man in front of him tucked it back over to the left, and there was plenty of room for him.
And that was a 4th down play, Frank. 4th and 1. And Dan Anderson, once he broke the line of scrimmage, there wasn't much in the way of defense to stop him.
Yeah, the play really was designed to gain you the first down. And Anderson, of course, able to get a lot more than that.
Greg Walby to try the conversion. Scott Roberts the holder. Chris Gavin the snapper. Put down and up and kicked good by Greg Walby. Hand leads 7-0 with 4:26 left in the first quarter.
And of course that drive started at 9:12 if I remember right, Ken, as far as that goes. So we had a 4.5 minute drive to completion with a couple of penalties thrown in there on Hand. But just to finish off the penalty thing, you really don't want to see Hand do that and everything. And yes, it's true. Some of those penalties are ones that are effectively good penalties, but we don't want to whitewash the number at all. We don't want to overplay it either.
On that drive, they had 2 5-yard penalties there.
Yep, exactly.
And Frank, let's just talk a minute. We were noticing in statistics that Hand has consistently held the ball and marched it down the field. The last 2 games against North Haven and East Haven, they have not punted in 3 games now.
That's right. Well, 2 games.
Last 2 games, and haven't punted tonight either yet. So normally you have to punt when you get those big 15-yarders that deep in your own territory. They haven't had that kind of penalty much. Greg Walby hits it high. It's going to come down about the 7.
Talk about hang time on that one.
Hit it high in the air, and that T.J. Naylor's got the man wrapped up, and a lot of help over there. 22, Chris Milligan in on the tackle.
Well, I'll tell you, Chrissy Milligan was pretty significant on that one as well, coming over.
And Kingsley's the last man that gets up.
Kingsley was way over here on the right-hand side and trailed the play all the way across. And, of course, TJ was slowing down the pile, gave Kingsley a chance to get up there with Milligan.
The defensive line for Hand has big Matt Deacon-Silly, a 74 in the middle of the line. Sean Manley right beside him. Those are the 2 inside men on the line. And it's run to the right. Ooh. And tough running, and it gains about 4 maybe.
It was Andy Alting out there that got his shirt sleeve hold on him and was able to hold the runner back for a few significant seconds on that until there was some close by the linebackers.
James Kingsley calling the defensive signals for Hand. 79, Colin Johnson is in there on defense. Jeff Monroe on this side. Bob Dominowski, it looks like, on the other side. 26. No, that's, yes, it is. Bounce out to this side, and
nice close on the play by Bubba.
Yeah, that was Latimer that came in there.
Well, what you had was a stalemate in the front line by both offense and defensive lines. And all that was doing their job was Hand. And the running back hit it and bounced off. Actually, a little bit of a spin move. Came around the left side, and Bubba saw that happening. Came over across and did a good job.
3rd and 4 for Hillhouse.
Well, you call that position safety.
Ball at about the 33. Andy Elding, James Kingsley, the inside linebackers. Motion to the right. And quarterback got it, looking to throw. Now he's going to throw across. Oh, man, wide open. In and out of his arms, but that was a good pass.
That really was. Oh, my goodness gracious. That was dangerous. That had touchdown written all over it.
Man was open right across midfield. Yeah. That'll bring up 4th down for Hillhouse.
He did the thing that so many receivers, when they have it almost that too easy for him.
He didn't catch it in his hands, did he?
And he took his eyes and looked downfield, and there was nothing but green down there. And then it hit him in the chest. He said he forgot something.
That ball bounced right off his pads. He wanted to run before he caught it. Punt formation, Dan Brand and T.J. Naylor back to receive the punt. And another low kick will not be fielded. It gets a good roll. It's a good roll for Hillhouse, clear down at about the 23.
Hand's first possession started on the 28. This was 5 yards, a little deeper that time. It was subsequent to a good roll.
Not much of a punt, but a good roll on it.
Well, the ground's going to be very hard down there. Not soft like it might have been with all the weather we've had over the last couple of days, but it's quite hard down there.
We have about 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Hand is leading Hillhouse 7-0 at this point. Hand's second possession. And Hillhouse takes a timeout before the play is run.
Another action today, the Giants put another victory on the scoreboard, and the Patriots fell heavily to the Bucks. The Jets were ahead early, and in case you missed it yesterday, Notre Dame 24, LSU 6.
What's the Jets for? Trouble is they don't have any weights down there. I wish they had.
Here we go. After the timeout by Hillhouse, Hand starts the drive at about the 23. Ryan Supernaut in motion left and looking to throw. Now Roberts is going to run it. Tries to cut it back. Only gains a yard.
Roberts keeps the ball, picks up about a yard on the play, brought down by Cody Norris.
And Greg Walby was 30 yards downfield there, looking long.
He did have some coverage on him. That would have been quite a hike to throw it all the way down there.
Short gain by Hand on first down. This time both Walby and Supernaut come to the near side of the field. Anderson carries the ball.
Nice block.
Anderson, good corner, and Anderson turns the corner, got a first down and quite a bit more.
Anderson, the ball carrier. Stopped by number 2.
Yeah, he had a couple of real good ceiling blocks out there by Walby. Did a nice job. He came back. He showed going out deep. Came back, threw a nice block. So did Special K. Did a great job sealing off that corner. As I said, gave him a lot of distance. Very significant that a running back is able to look at where the blocks are going and anticipating where he should then take his move.
The fullback is the number 34. That's Taylor. Taylor, a good run.
Nice job.
Taylor about 9 yards.
Got to add another.
Craig Taylor, 34.
Here. Good to see that. Craig's only a sophomore. And yeah, we've been seeing him get a lot of significant time in here during the year. But we know he's going to be the fullback apparent probably for next year. Or tailback for that matter.
That was running right behind the blocks of Chris Gavin and Andy Elding on the left side. We got Taylor and Friedler. Friedler gets the ball. Friedler with a hole. Friedler, a first down.
First down and 3 or 4 more on that.
Jeremy Friedler behind the blocks of Johnson and Kingsley. Picks up the first down for the Tigers.
No, this is pretty good, too, for a Hand to be alternating your running backs like this. As cold as it is, the men aren't having to wear gloves tonight. Come back in, warm their hands back up before they go
Taylor
out.
stays in at fullback, Anderson at tailback. We're down to 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Roberts looking to throw, and there's his first pass, complete pass to Walby. Walby goes to the left and breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and takes it down inside the 25. That should run out the first quarter. We stopped at 7 seconds, so I guess they'll wind it up after first down is marked off. The clock is running. That's going to end the first quarter with Hand leading 7-0 against Hillhouse. One pass and a good long completion to Walby. Walby looked like he may have a chance to break a couple of tackles and take it all the way there.
Very, very close. He had one man get him around the thigh with one arm and just slowed him enough to get some closure on that thing. Otherwise, he was gone.
Hand has dominated the time of possession in this first quarter, but the score is only 7-0.
That Jet score early in the game was 10-0 Jets, but I don't have an update on that just yet.
Okay, here we go to begin the second quarter with Hand on another drive here. The ball down to 23. Wallaby is split wide to the right. Pitch to Jeremy, swinging right, and good blocking ahead of that. Hands right side of the line there, had a good push on that one.
The ball carrier behind the block.
Yeah, that gave about 6 yards on that again. The fiddler on the rope.
It'll be 2nd and 5.
Monroe and Supernaut into the game. Taylor and Manley out.
Pounding that right side quite a bit over the last couple of plays. Watch it come left.
We got both Wallaby and Supernaut split to the left.
Yep.
And run up the middle, Jeff Monroe inside the 10 for a first down.
Yeah, nice job. 10 yards.
A quick trap up the middle, and Jeff Monroe got up a good head of steam real fast on that one.
You know, Jeff has the kind of characteristics in a runner that you want. Big man fullback, but you have to move that way quickly, get a good quick couple of steps to take advantage of the surprise on that the defensive line. Did a nice job.
Here, Hand comes out with 3 receivers to the left. Monroe, Supernaut, and Wallaby spreading the defense. And it's an option play to Dan Anderson, running hard inside the 5, down to about the 3.
Took on a linebacker and did a pretty good job against him, about 5 yards for Anderson.
Dan Anderson takes the ball down to about the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal at the 3.
2nd and goal at the 3. We're early in the second quarter, and Hand on their second drive here. Dan Anderson is a deep man in the Hand backfield. Anderson gets the ball, and he does not get much. He's maybe a yard.
Hey, bulldog down
and a
there.
good tackle, and a flag comes in after the play is over.
Anderson is met head on by
I don't know if we're seeing a little bit of a face mask. Maybe.
Holding call against Hand.
Oh, that's going to back him up.
Against Daniel Hand.
That's a kind of penalty they don't need when they're inside the 5-yard line.
That backs you up. Going to back up to about the 8-yard line again.
The referee that threw that flag was standing clear back in the end zone.
Shoot, now you come back to about the 12, 13. Oh, that hurts.
Ball back to
2nd and goal at the 14.
So instead of having the ball only a yard or 2 away from the goal, they're now to 14. 2nd and goal. Got Supernaut to the right, Wallaby to the left. Scott Roberts looking to throw. He's looking. Kingsley, that's James Kingsley. And the ball is fumbled on the tackle. And
got back by
Hillhouse gets the ball inside the 5. James Kingsley made the catch and was spun around on the tackle, and the ball popped in the air. It's a cold night out here.
Well, he was hit high and low at the same time from 2 different directions, and awful hard to keep control of the ball when it's like that. And I thought he had almost had a chance to recover it himself, but it was kind of 2 against 1, didn't get it.
Hillhouse with the ball back at about between the 2 and the 3, it looks like. 9:47 left in the half. And that run isn't going to get much. Stopped well inside the 5. Looks like almost
nice job by
maybe a yard gain.
Yeah, what a nice job of the barn door Matt DeConcilius out there. They came right at his position, and he came up nicely against that. Held off 2 blockers. You can see 2 blockers that were supposed to be taking him out. And he held them well.
Pick up about 2 on the play. 2nd and 8.
Bob Dominowski is in there on the left corner. Colin Johnson, Matt DeConcilius. I formation by Hillhouse, and a run up the middle and a good run. That's close to a first down.
Close. We're going to give him the first down?
Tackled by number 20 there, Jeff Knowlton helped out.
In there and did a good job.
Are they going to give him a first down?
Jeff Knowlton on the tackle.
I think they're going to have to measure that.
It's close enough to measure.
Yeah, going to call for measure. Boy, I don't know, Kent. These aluminum bleachers down below us, I think, might be colder than what we are up here.
Yeah, you need a blanket when you come to
you sit
hand
up-
football. That's going to be just short, 6 inches short.
Yeah, 6 inches short. Now give an exercise to...
10 inches.
This is a time, though, sometimes you're likely to see a new offensive line or a relatively young one where they're likely to get a little bit of an early jump and could cause difficulties for them down there, but...
Into the game is number 71, John Gerzib. Third and very short.
John's a junior, been getting a lot of time lately. Good to see that.
Hillhouse has 2 men split to the near side of the field. They've done most of their running inside the tackle. Quarterback, keeper, ball's loose.
Yeah.
And Kingsley was right there,
He
but
was right there, but it ended up White was able to get back to it.
By Hillhouse.
that was a quarterback sneak, and somebody knocked that ball right out of his hands backwards a yard or two. 4th down coming up.
You come against that, probably, I wouldn't be surprised if someone like Sean Marinley or Craig Taylor just lowered their helmets and went into the pile. And helmet to ball is going to send the ball flying usually.
And should have good field position here. So far, this punter has kicked them low spiral.
TJ would love to get his hands on this
TJ
one.
Naylor and Dan Brand back to receive. Going to be kicked right at the goal line. That's a little bit longer to Dan Brand, and Brand goes to the right.
Nice.
And he's going to take it down about the 25.
Good shot at that, Dan did.
Brand takes the punt.
Oh, Branding iron brought that thing in, got a good 5-6 yards back on that thing. Nice job. Good field position for him. But he was very sure in making sure he got the catch on that. You know, what happens when it's a short kick like that, yes, you have maybe a chance the ball's not in the air a long time, but also the pursuit doesn't have very long to far to go with it. So
Dan Brand brought it back to about the 24. Jeremy Friedler is late getting into the huddle here. And Friedler is going to run left inside the 20.
yeah, got a little tripped up by a tuft of grass down there that time. Otherwise, he had a lot more green in front of him.
That's all right. Bringing up 2nd and 5.
Friedler takes it to the 20. Dan Anderson back in. I noticed that they're shuttling the backs a little bit tonight to let them stay warm, I guess.
Yeah, interestingly, I'll watch it.
Or not let them get quite as cold.
You bet.
Hand it off to Jeff Monroe, and he's gang tackled, and there are people yanking at the ball in that pile.
Oh, I tell you, I got fouled up on that one, too. I was watching what was happening out a little further to the left because we had Sean Manley and Danny Anderson coming over to this side. I thought it was going to be a sweep. Nice job by Monroe, though, getting about 4 more yards.
They stop him a yard and a half short of a first. He's got to go across the 15 to get a first down. 3rd and about a yard and a half. Hand 2 receivers to the right. Dan Anderson's a deep man. Anderson takes the ball right, and a big hole over there.
Oh, got an angle.
He's aiming for the corner, and Dan Anderson takes it in.
Dan Anderson takes it 16 yards for the Tigers score.
16 yards, and the blocking was great over there. They just cleaned out the whole right side.
Oh, once he got his chance, he saw he had an angle. We could see it right from here, too, Ken. About 45-degree angle. Shortest distance was a straight line to that goal line over there.
That's the fastest I've seen Dan Anderson run all year.
Yeah.
He saw an open corner.
Kind of surprising he didn't stop for a minute, look, to see some pursuit take up so he could hit somebody.
Yeah, he didn't even have to carry anybody into the end zone. Hand scores for the 2nd time. Snap is a little bit low and kicked left, it looks like. No good.
Good, yeah.
No good.
A little bit of hook on that baby.
Hand is leading 13-0 with 6:32 left in the half.
Well, I don't know what the numbers are going to come out with, but Dan's only ran about 7 or 8 times with the ball. The way I'm keeping the statistics here, he's got 4 runs of over double digits.
Yeah.
So, I'll try to do a count on a timeout here or something, but whoa, my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Madison youth teams will be in playoff action this week. And this week, the youth senior division will be in the finals. I believe the game is Wednesday. That's an away game. And then the Madison youth teams, both the A and the B team, are in the finals, matching up against one another.
On that conversion try, Frank, the snap was just a little bit low, and I think it took one more count for Scott Roberts to get it down, which kind of threw off the timing. Greg Walby booms one this time, and it's man going backwards into the end zone.
Walby's kick goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Caught that one over his shoulder, a yard deep in the end zone.
Yeah, that thing was really up in the air and going.
Right here.
So we've seen all three kicks of Greg so far. Covered a pretty good distance out there.
And we're very thrilled to notice that the flag is hanging limp right now, no wind.
Oh, and this balmy day out here, yes, it's nice. The sun is shining, the breeze is not even beginning to waft anymore. And great day for popsicles because they won't melt.
You don't have to stand in line very long for them.
Stay in line for the popsicles.
Hillhouse with the ball back at the 20. We have about 6.5 minutes before the half. They're going to sweep right, and T.J. Naylor stringing it out, and Naylor makes a great play.
Very nice.
T.J. Naylor strung the play out and rode his man out of bounds.
Way to go, way to go!
Blackwell is the ball carrier.
That's exactly the way you want to be able to see.
He did not allow the blocker to take him off his feet or to take him out of the play.
He was able to stay just a step or two in front of the blocker and not able to get a clean shot at him. So when they were running out of real estate, out of bounds they went.
No gain. Stopped it right at the line of scrimmage.
Okay, he's got a motion out, don't worry about it.
And they're running up the middle, and there's a lot of manpower there, but that man isn't down yet. They got to wrap up. Matt DeConcilius took up a lot of space in the bottom of that, and Kingsley, of course, in on the tackle.
They're putting two men on the barn door out there, and he's keeping it closed. Nice to see him out there. We missed him. I know he missed. It's very frustrating for a young man in his senior year to have been injured for most of the season, but hopefully Han will be able to make it into the state playoffs, and they're virtually assured of that. So he'll get a couple of extra games in this year.
3rd and 7, could be a pass here. It's a delay, and now quarterback throws.
Down. Not a first down.
It's going to be short of a first down by a yard.
That's a son of a gun.
The receiver caught the ball, but he had to come back to get it.
Very well hidden, though, that particular play, Ken.
Yeah, had me faked on that one.
And that's too bad from Hillhouse. That they almost kind of deserved to have that one completed with a first down. It was well executed.
4th and a yard. And Hand isn't sure they're going to punt here.
No, it could be.
Hand is nobody back, but now they're in punt formation. Dan Brand and T.J. Naylor hustle back. And it's a spinner. Yeah, fair catch called for, and Brand gets away from it. Rolls dead at the 42.
That didn't have much of a roll on it at all. It came down, hit the hard ground, and that was it. It really didn't do much. By the way, for anybody that has not played with a ball of any sort in this kind of weather, it gets awful hard and dense.
and slick.
And slick. Tough to handle.
The fumble after the pass reception inside the 5 by Kingsley, though, was just an extraordinarily hard hit. 2 men hit him at the same time. Here, Hand has got 3 receivers near side. Scott Roberts looking to throw, and now he breaks a tackle, keeps, and he's going to gain about 7 or 8, and a man comes in late, but no flag.
Well, the thing is that in high school ball, once your knee hits the ground, you're down. You can't get up again, so you're down, and he was down for a good amount of time, and I think that's what everybody's complaining about.
Gained almost 8 yards.
Well, Hand has had so far this game 5 different people handling the ball as far as running it goes.
Supernaut and Walby and Anderson all go to the right on this play. That's Jeff Monroe in the backfield behind Roberts, helping block, or Sean Manley that was. It's thrown long to Greg Walby, makes a beautiful catch down about the 14. Greg Walby caught that ball over his shoulder near the sideline.
first and 10 at the 14.
Holy mackerel. You know, that was one of those, again, where Scott Roberts knew just how much Walby was able to get out there and foot out the ball. And he did it. It was over his head. Nicely caught. Wonderfully caught. That should be the
Their
highlight.
hand with trips left again. 3 receivers to the left side. They've spread the defense. And they're going to take it up the middle with Monroe. And there's a flag down. Monroe takes it to about the 5.
Well,
Right as the tackle was made, so where that flag was thrown.
most likely that'll, chop block.
An illegal block down there by Hand. That's going to push him back.
That's hard to get a block below the waist on a play like that when it's close and coming up the middle. Very hard to get that sort of a block, but obviously the referee who called that one was right there on the play. So that's going to come back. Ooh, heavy duty.
And again, Hand has got more penalties than normal.
15-yarder on this one.
Big 15-yarder, and that was a big gain by Jeff Monroe, who took it clear to the 5.
Takes 9 yards away from him.
And so you go from the 5-yard clear back to the 29. First and very long.
A 24-yard turnaround on that one play, unfortunately.
Scott Roberts still got it. Blocking there. It's going to be no drop down in the 10, side to 10. Looked like he was aiming for either Kingsley or Walby there.
I think he was actually going for Supernaut out deep. That's what I think he was doing, and it just couldn't get it up there. Probably couldn't get enough on the ball, and it ended up right in the arms, dead center on the arms of the defensive player. Couldn't hold on to it either.
Roberts was getting that one away under duress. However, he had the defensive men right in his face when he threw that ball. Second and long for Hand. They have to go clear down to the 5-yard line to get a first down. And Roberts rolling, looking to throw, and he's going long. There's Walby open in the end zone. Can't quite bring it in. Greg Walby, full out dive for it. Got a hand on it.
Got
a hand on it, but that would have been a super catch had he brought it in.
Would have been another spectacular one, no question.
At least Hillhouse knows that Scott Roberts has got a good arm and can air it out, and a good receiver out there in Walby.
And they're not afraid to pull it back and let it fly.
Third and long. Ball to 29. Walby's left, Supernaut right. Good protection. There's Kingsley. Cannot quite bring it in at the 15. That's going to bring up 4th and long.
He was well defended by the Hillhouse player. Just as the ball was meeting his hands, he got tagged and pulled him away from the ball. Something that happens. That's one of those, what can you do about it? 4th down. He's going to punt it.
The ball's at the 29. He's going to punt it on the ball's inside the 30.
A little bit of a pooch punt, maybe, or angle it for a corner.
Snap low, and Anderson is aiming for the left sideline, and it's going to go outside, inside the 10 at about the 7.
Oh, nicely done. Well, that's the first punt we've seen in 2.5 games.
That's right. And they didn't really need to punt then, I don't believe.
No, it really was one of those.
You don't see a punt very often when they're inside the 30, but Hand with the lead 13-0 with 2:19 left before the half.
We were talking a little bit before the game, too, about how Scotty Roberts has increased his passing percentage to a little over 57% from 56, where he's been most of the year. But right now he's 2 for 4 on the night.
Hillhouse started. The ball is fumbled and covered for a loss inside the 5. That's big Matt DeConcilius right on the quarterback.
Yeah, that was...
fumbled a snap and took one step, and DeConcilius had him.
There was no margin for error on that. Hand was right there on top of it.
Troy Young, the ball carrier on the keeper.
A 2-yard loss.
Stopped at the 5-yard line.
We're inside of 2 minutes.
2nd and 12.
The first half. And they're running left, and he's going to gain maybe a yard.
Boy.
And Hand calls a timeout to stop the clock with 1:33 left as they stop that play. One more play and another timeout probably, and they'll see what they can do on a punt.
Remember, folks, we've got plenty of hot chocolate and hot coffee over the refreshment stand. I saw some go by here.
Well, as far as the
coming up to the
stands tonight, not too bad a turnout for a Sunday night, Kent. You know, the weather.
Cold Sunday night.
Yeah. I thought there might be very sparse the way it's looking, but it's still, if you're a football fan, good night to be out and everything. This, of course, to me, coming from Maine, this is good football weather. This is September football weather for us.
Balmy, right? That's going to bring up 3rd down. Hillhouse has a ball at about the 6. And Hand has used 1 timeout this half, and Hillhouse has used 1. If they can stop this play, Hand undoubtedly will take another quick timeout and make them punt on 4th.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, we could get an awful good field position back and say, hey, we might as well try for it. But this, again, is where you tried maybe a little different things, try to get your patterns down so you don't make mistakes.
3rd and 11 for Hillhouse. And the quarterback still got it in. He throws the ball down.
Deliberate.
That's a safety.
Yes.
He intentionally grounded the ball as he was being tackled.
Yeah.
Was that Elting? Is that who that was?
Elting, yeah.
Andy Elting.
Now, that was intentional grounding, no question about it. But whoa, what a nice job.
Quarterback unloaded it in the end zone to get rid of it because he was being tackled.
4th down, and of course they were going for the numbers instead of punting it. And Hand took advantage, got 2 points on the board. Safety, nice stuff, nice stuff.
That's the
Defense
first,
loves it.
That's the first safety we've seen this year, isn't it, Frank?
First one this year, and first one I bet in years, because I don't remember seeing one in a long time.
Boy, Andy Elting was in there quickly.
Oh, he was.
And that means that Hillhouse gives it back to Hand with a little less than a minute and a half left in the half, too.
Andy Elting, old Akak we ought to call him, in the aircraft. He wasn't going to let that aerial take place out there.
Steve Phillip was a little hot on that call. He thought the sack should have taken place in the end zone, I guess.
Well, he thinks it should have been called a fumble, is what he thinks. He thinks it should have been a fumble.
Is that what he was
and then carried in for a touchdown? Is what he was lobbying for. But
this is going to be an interesting play coming up here because they kick it from the 20. We got Friedler and Brand back deep for Hand, and a minute 26 showing on the clock.
So they could be punting it. You know, it could be from a punt type stance.
I'm glad I'm not a kicker on a night like this. I'd hate for my cold toes to hit a ball.
Yeah, you massage the ball and massage the ball to try to get that leather a little bit loosened in, but it still doesn't take long for it to tighten up again.
It's a low skidder.
Oops.
It's fielded by that's Friedler taking it across midfield. Yeah. Friedler to the 32.
I was thinking with the kick it was going to be T.J. Naylor, but it was the fiddler.
First and 10 for the Tigers with 1:18 to go.
Friedler brings it to the 48.
Robinson on the tackle for Hillhouse. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
We may have an interesting series of plays here, Frank.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see some
Hand with 3 receivers left. That's Walby, the nearest to the sideline.
Yeah, Hand does not have what you call razzle-dazzle at all. Razzle-dazzle.
Scott Roberts looking long, and there's his man open, overthrown. Greg Walby broke open, but Scott Roberts could not find him.
Pass to Walby is incomplete.
Just.
Second and 10.
A little bit long.
I don't know how a man can get that wide open when they know that they're probably going to throw to him.
Well, he does have that deceptive speed out there. He comes out maybe only 50%, so he's got a couple of gears that he can shift into. And that can take you by surprise.
This time Walby goes right and Supernaut left.
I know that they really like to be able to break Supernaut.
Roberts looking to throw. And that's Walby over there trying to make a one-handed catch at the 20. Cannot bring it in.
That's too bad. That's a little bit out of sync is what Scotty's throwing is at the very moment, because he's got open men. Usually you see him right on the numbers, but he's trying to lead to stretch out the receiver is what he's trying to do. Just stretch him out there, not leave it in an area somebody else can get the ball.
That brings up 3rd and 10 for Hen. They need the first down here. Got Roberts over the head of James Kingsley. That one was a little high for Kingsley. 4th down and 10 coming up.
Thought at first, too, that he was going to go after Supernaut on that one, because Supernaut had broken into the open, too, coming down this left side.
So Hen can do nothing with it on 3 pass plays, and we'll punt it again. We're down to 55 seconds left in the half.
Really, those plays only took about 25 seconds off the board, 24 seconds.
Dan Anderson, punt formation, good protection, and boy, he booms one long and high.
Oh,
it's going to roll sideways inside the 5.
Nice job by Bubba.
Latimer back there to down it at about the 4. We have a flag down.
Procedure called against the Tigers.
Illegal procedure against Hand. They will punt it again.
What did they call that? I was asleep.
Illegal procedure against Hand.
Oh. Son of a gun.
Somebody moved early, apparently. Well, that's another one of those penalties, but that one doesn't hurt them too much.
No, it really doesn't hurt much, but again, why?
Except that Anderson got a beautiful punt off, and it was down inside the 5.
Yeah.
That hurts them, but...
Yeah, if that was, let's say, the first punt and, let's say, a minute 11 of the 3rd quarter, you'd love to see that one hold.
47.
Anderson back to hit it again. He will punt this one inside the 40. A little bit low on the snap, but he digs it out. And Anderson gets it off. He's going to take a big bounce, field it to 9, and Latimer is chasing the man down. And T.J. Naylor actually makes the tackle. Latimer made him go sideways, and Naylor makes the tackle.
Hammer!
Good coverage.
The hammering Naylor, we call that.
The ball be put in play by Hillhouse at their own 14-yard line. 1st and 10, 14-yard line with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
$18 seconds left in the half. Deep in their own territory. I doubt if Hillhouse will get too fancy with it.
Well, they could go for the marbles, though, too, on the other hand, you know.
There's a run up the middle, and Matt DeConcilius makes the tackle, helped by Jeff Monroe and John Gerzib. And the clock is running. That should close out the first half with Hand leading Hillhouse 15-0 in game 10 of the 1997 season. We will not have the band perform at halftime tonight because it has been a game delayed 2 days, and so they don't have a full band. So we will take a break and be back for 3rd quarter.
You may have noticed, folks, that the band is a little short-handed this evening. Many students stayed home to study, I presume. So there will not be a usual halftime show, but I'm sure we'll fill in nicely here. $50-50 raffle coming right up here, folks.
Get out those blue tickets. Here we go with the 50-50 raffle. And the winning number is 6, 2, 3, 4. Jeremy Friedler, number 32, and Dan Brand, number 7, are back deep to receive the kickoff for the Tigers.
We ready to roll?
Lance Williams, number 14, will be kicking off for Hillhouse.
We are about ready to begin the second half of this game against Hillhouse, the 10th game of the season. Hillhouse got the ball first in the beginning of the game, and Hand will get it to start the second half. This is Cat Sprague with Frank Tordoff beside me. Helping on the camera tonight are Steve Fuse, Joe Tenzar, Paul Sprague, Blair St. Laurent on the switcher, and Matt Lawrence is head gaffer. We're about ready to begin the second half, and Frank, you say you had a few statistics. Let's wait till after the kickoff here, and then we'll get a few of those. Dan Brand and Jeremy Friedler back deep, and it's a low bouncer, and Brand cannot field it. He goes back to get it at about the 6, and he's going to bring it back to about the 15. So what do you got for stats on the first half?
I have 20 running downs for Hand in the first half, 160 unofficial yards, of course. Of those, Anderson had 7 carries for 86 yards, Monroe 5 for 31.
Wait a minute, let's go back to that one. 7 carries, 86
yards, yeah. Think about that's about
12 pretty good average.
12 yard in there carry. You know, not bad at all, as you say. We'll cover the rest after this down.
Okay. Scott Roberts hands off to Dan Anderson, who's going to add a little bit to that. And he's going to add about 6 maybe. To it.
Spot. Anyway, we'll go on from that. Yes, Danny had a good one. So he should very easily, if he stays in the game, cover and get another 100-yard game out of this. Monroe, like I said, 5 carries for 31. Friedler on the roof, 5 carries, 25 yards. Scotty Roberts, 2 carries for 10. And Craig Taylor, 1 carry for 8 yards. Then in the passing area, Scotty went 2 for 7, and Walby got both receptions for about 66 yards.
Here's Friedler turning it to the outside, and he's trying to turn the corner and cannot get around the corner. Although he gains enough yardage, it should have him a first down.
Yeah, we're not going to try to keep the count anymore this half because of the coldness and everything, but nonetheless, that's where we stand for this half. The throwing percentage, as we know, the Hand was really forcing it, trying to get some yardage during the last part of the first half, so not quite the accuracy we expect to see.
First down for Hand now. Their first possession in the second half. Hand leading Hillhouse 15-0 at halftime. Handed off in the backfield, a big hole by Dan Anderson. Anderson cutting it outside, still going, breaks the tackle, breaks another one. Anderson was going to get caught, but are they going to bring him down? No. And he's still going down to about the 12.
The 28-yard line, he started
at about the 25. A man had him dead to rights, and Anderson broke that tackle too. That should take him over 100.
Oh, it certainly does. It starts well into the second 100. You know, he's got some in the bank for the next one. So we got a man injured right down here in the 45-yard line, Hillhouse player.
Hillhouse man is down right about the 45.
So let's try to get a count on those yards. 28 he started, so we come up with 22, and then where did he end up on?
Well, the referee is about the 12.
52, 55. Man, that's awful close to about 58 yards, maybe even 60 yards on that run right then.
Dan Anderson broke 3 or 4 tackles on that one, including one at about between the 20 and the 25.
Oh, yeah, there were a number. Matter of fact, it was taking so long overall from breaking tackles and then moving on from there that it did give pursuit a chance to catch up. Yeah. That's really amazing.
The man had an angle on him there and dead to rights, but could not bring him down. And Joe Tenzar down on the field shooting shots of the press box here. We do have a Hillhouse man down. The academics have a man down. We don't have a number yet on the kid that's down.
And as you say, Joe Tenzar getting a good picture of the handsome fellows up here in the booth. Not that we're going to give Frank Gifford and, I don't know. Frank Gifford, let's see, we're liking him to Kent Sprague and Al Michaels.
Watch it now.
Me. Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't do everything that Frank Gifford might.
No, that's all right. Okay.
The man down for Hillhouse is their number 14. You have a name there?
No, well, I put my names away. I'll tell you what I'm looking up right now on the cat stats from our good friend Ken Conlon again, who writes for all the good stories in the Shoreline Times. But Ken Conlon's cat stats, which really help us out a lot, shows that Dan Anderson, let me just give you this information. Dan Anderson, in the very first game of the season against West Haven, if you remember, he wasn't really in line to be a running back at that point with the team. He was also coming off a shoulder injury. He only carried 5 times for 16 yards. Next game against Fairfield Prep, he carried 14 times for 89 yards, and then in every other game since, he's broken 100 yards.
There goes Friedler, and Friedler cuts back.
Oh, nice.
Cuts back inside the 5 down to about the 3. He's within a yard of a first down, and there's a flag late.
Uh-oh. That's going to be one sportsman-like something or other.
The referee threw that one in hands backfield.
Jeremy Friedler, the ball carrier.
After the play.
Inside the 5-yard line, and there's a penalty on the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct is a call against Hillhouse. That'll be tacked on to the end of the play.
John Colasar into the game for Hand.
It'll be 1st and goal.
So anyway,
1st and goal.
Just following through on what I was saying there, we're in game 10, and he's already broken 100 in this game. So there are only 2 games in the season where Dan Anderson did not get 100 yards. And all the rest of the games we have, that may even be some sort of a record in and of itself.
Hand with the ball after that penalty against Hillhouse has the ball at about the 2. And a full house backfield, power eye. Anderson takes it right over the top and should have it. Touchdown Hand. Dan Anderson gets the last 2 yards.
Led by the Manly one out there, Ken. From the power eye situation out there, the Manly one took it in ahead of him, gave him some room, took out the linebacker, bango.
I've described that play in previous games, Frank. Hillhouse knows what's coming. Everybody in the stands knows what's coming. Hand knows what's coming. It's like, here we come. I bet we can execute better than you can. Let's see you stop it.
Yeah, that's a hard one to stop, no question.
It takes the score to 21-0 with Greg Walby set to try the conversion. Good snap and placement, and Walby hits it right through. 22-0.
So we've got Anderson with 2 TDs for the night. We got Monroe with 1 TD. We got Walby with 2 extra points, and we got a safety. Thanks to the defense.
And the defense has not come close to letting Hillhouse score yet.
And we'd ask everyone to move in a half an inch, and everyone will be that much warmer. Simon says. Vincent Taylor and Lamont Berry back to receive the kick.
And set the kickoff. Greg Walby. And Walby hits a long one again. A boomer is going to go down to about the 5. Run back up the middle. I heard some shoulder pads pop there. Brought back to the 25.
That again was Kingsley the wedge breaker down there.
Dan Brand and Jeff Knowlton in on the tackle.
What? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing right now. There is a man down on the wedge breaking situation down there, and I don't know how Kingsley comes out of those things half alive, but he does. But he hit the wedge, and one of the men on the wedge is the man right now that's suffering, and Kingsley kind of bounced off the 3 of them, and is there calling the signals.
When Hillhouse man was down earlier, it was number 14. His name is Lance Williams, and the roster shows that he was a freshman. He did walk off. This is number 3 for Hillhouse, and it looks like he's going to be all right. He's walking off.
A lot of young players on the Hillhouse squad as you look down the roster. Not a heck of a lot of seniors, and a lot of young guys getting time to play out there. And as a matter of fact, number 14 is still in the game, so or is in the game again.
Tackle for the right end for the Tigers.
Hillhouse with the ball at about the 25. And they're looking to throw. It's a quick pass to the sideline, overthrown, incomplete.
Wide open.
Jeff Monroe, Dan Brand on the coverage over here.
Monroe and Dan Brand.
That was a quick drop and throw to the left.
Like I say, he was wide open because Hand maybe a little bit slow coming out of the coming off that one. Of course, it was the first play on defense now, so the guys have to warm up. You got to
Matt
get into it.
DeConcilius, Sean Manley, Colin Johnson, John Kurzaber, the front four for Hand. We might mention that Zach Suppies is not in uniform tonight and did not play last week. There's a good run by Hillhouse across the 30. Suppies is, we understand, some problems with some molars that he has to get pulled. He did get his picture taken, but he didn't look like he enjoyed it.
Matter of fact, I stopped and talked to him during halftime down there, and I told him we need him. We wanted to see him get back, for heaven's sakes. What happened? And he said, well, he said, I did have to have the wisdom teeth out. He said, but, you know, he said, it was my fault. I was feeling real good, and I did not take the penicillin the rest of the time. And as you know, you got to take your antibiotics through the full course. And he said it came back on me, and he really got into trouble. And he said it was. I said, well, that's quite a learning experience for a young man. But he said, well, I'm taking care of it now. He says, I want to get back and play the last few games if I can. So you hate to see it, but you love to see somebody at least learn something from the experience.
So Zach Suppies is not in uniform tonight. Zach the Ripper is a pretty good player for Hand, particularly on the defensive side of the ball.
Absolutely. I mean, he's the one putting a lot of the pressure on quarterbacks in past games, particularly very, very key man in the Cheshire game and some of the other real tough games Hand had earlier.
Here's a 4th and 1, and Hillhouse is in short punt formation. Hand doesn't believe it. Dan Brand and TJ Naylor are up close. They're just going to let this ball go.
Could be a sideways hike or any sort of thing, but
and it's a bad snap. But he does get it away, and that will not be fielded. Nobody back. It's not going to roll too terribly deep, about the 36.
Well, just barely about a 5-yard bounce on that. So Hand will have real good field position coming back again.
That's not a bad play by Hand because on a cold night like this, they don't want to field too many punts anyhow, probably.
No.
And this punter does not appear to boom them long like some punters.
He gets some loft, or at least a few times he's gotten loft, but it comes down flat and doesn't bounce much.
We're in the middle of the third quarter. Hand is leading 22-0 against the Hillhouse Academics. Supernaut in motion. Scott Roberts rolling that way, looking to throw. His man Walby complete. Walby breaks loose. Walby spins out of a tackle and gains another 10 yards. First down.
Very nicely done. Greg set up well. The pass that time from the Scotchman was right on the numbers, and the Wallbanger hauled it in, broke one tackle, and got another 5 or 6 yards out of that. He was getting some real good protection, was Roberts also. I saw some real good blocking going on, giving him time to throw that little thing.
First down at the 42 for Hand. Monroe and Anderson behind Scott Roberts. And Roberts looking to throw again. Here's Walby.
Yep.
Well, complete pass to Walby down at the 32. Breaks the tackle.
Another one.
Dodges another one and takes it inside the 25. Good run after the catch.
Roberts again complete to Walby. Takes it inside the 25-yard line.
Nice little bit of sportsmanship down there with the Hillhouse player helping Greg up off of that. Nice job.
First down for Hand. And Greg Walby open again. First down now at the 24. And Scott Roberts looking to throw again, and there's a man open over there. That's Kingsley, wide open on the corner. Touchdown hand. Scott Roberts to James Kingsley.
Well, Scotty has done a nice job, and he went into the half at 2 out of 7, 2 completions for 7. Now he's up to 5 out of 10, so that helps the average out real well.
And talk about getting open, Kingsley didn't have a man within about 10 yards of him there.
No, he didn't, and he almost had a walk into the end zone down at that far side.
So tight end James Kingsley catches another one for a touchdown.
He'd been having a rough night, as we all know, taking some real tough hits out there on other reception tries, and that's a good one. One for the good guys.
And Walby boots the extra point. Good. Hand leads 30-0 with 6:25 left in the third quarter. James Kingsley scores. He's gotten several touchdown passes this year, hasn't he, Frank?
He's got a couple, yes he has.
He made a beautiful one at Amity. I remember that one. They turned him upside down, and he still hung on to it.
Held on to it, right. Yeah, he's one whale of an athlete, as we all know. Nice young man.
I got a name for him, Frank, if you're looking for one. You could call him King James instead of James Kingsley. King James, and the way he plays middle linebacker, you could call his method of playing linebacker the King James version.
Oh, you got to keep religion out of this, though, Ken. You know how all that goes today's day and age. It's not politically correct, unfortunately. But that's a good one. I like that.
Anyway, a very nice pass play from Scott Roberts to Kingsley.
The senior team will be in action again.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Trying to secure that championship.
Well, I think 6 minutes left in this third quarter, and the game's really over. We should see hands starting to put in their...
We got Chris Milligan and Jeff Knowlton. And it's a high kick to their side of the field, going to be fielded about the 10. Run back toward the middle, and Dan Brand is after him. And Brand messes it up, and a whole bunch of other people make the tackle, but Brand made that play.
He did. Then he got in there,
and there's Kingsley right on the bottom of that tackle. He and Naylor.
Well, what Dan did is he was able to get around the backside as things were setting up. He forced the broken coverage out there and did a nice job.
Number 71, Gerzib is getting a lot of playing time tonight in the defensive line.
And he's a junior. It's good to see because he'll be back next year. Going to see a lot of aerials, I would think. Long ways to come back, and no team likes to get shut out.
Run off the left, and a good cutback for about a 6-yard gain, it looks like.
And I'm just watching T.J. Naylor, and he does look like he's hobbling a little bit on that leg of his. Well, the hand faithful that came tonight, really not even quite a medium crowd, you'd say, because of the heat and all that sort of thing. It's a little bit too cold tonight for too many people, I guess, but...
They got Dan Anderson in there at inside linebacker alongside Kingsley now. He is...
Ooh.
And tackle made right in the middle of the line. Kingsley, Deconcilius.
Yeah, that's very interesting to see Dan in there, because we really knew he did a lot of defensive work and was looking to do a lot of defense this year, and has not done that because of his running.
Up until this year, he was more of a defensive player than an offensive player.
Exactly. But he did a nice job filling that time by going in and filling up one of the splits. He took on 2 blockers and allowed Kingsley to come and make the tackle.
22, Chris Milligan is getting quite a bit of playing time tonight, also playing a corner. It's a delay.
Oh, yeah.
Attack on the backfield. That's Kingsley.
Oh, man.
That's the King James version right there.
That's the King James version.
Kingsley shot the gap and sacked the quarterback. Brings up 4th and long.
Matter of fact, that's King James version, the younger, certainly not the older. He couldn't run that fast. He couldn't run that fast in his prime, I don't think.
He's too big.
He's too big.
Punt formation for Hillhouse.
Randy, look where you are!
You can hear a coach in the background here giving instructions from the top of the press box. It's a low kick, and Dan Brand feels it all. He got a wall right down the sideline. Dan Brand is knocked out of bounds at about the 17. Oh my goodness. You can see that wall set up for Dan Brand. A low kick, and he took it to the right.
He really just needed one more guy. One more guy.
One man. They had it sealed clear down to the 15. Yeah, he made it.
Sealed to the 15. One man came around, and that was really a good play by the defensive player for Hillhouse by knocking him out of bounds. It was a sure thing to do.
Well, Dan Brand gets a good run back. Sean Manley in at fullback. And Manley gets the ball right up the middle, breaks a tackle, breaks another one. He's going to fall down, though, before he can get to the goal line.
That's Sean Manley, number 40. Rumbling down to the 1 yard line.
The Manley one, I'll tell you, he wanted that last one, just couldn't quite do it.
He broke one tackle, but he broke the second one, except that he was off balance. Couldn't quite keep his feet all the way to the end zone.
At the very end, I think he was blowing on the ground trying to elevate himself up to get across that line.
Give it to him again. Let him score.
Let him have it. Go for it. Manley
and Friedler in the backfield. And there goes Manley, and Manley should have it.
Well,
looks like the whole pile went. And there's a signal.
Yeah, Walby was signaling from way over on the far side. He barely had a good look at it.
Sean Manley takes it in from the 1.
Right. Well deserved. Sean's been doing a lot of defensive work. We know he's going to do a lot of offensive work next year, so nice to see him get in there. I believe from this one game does have something for Hand. What it is, by winning this game, I believe Hand wins the Hammonasset division.
Kick is good by Greg Walby. 37-0 with 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. And we'll probably see everybody play from here on out.
I would well think so, because it is a good opportunity for the coach to get next year's varsity going. Now, some of those numbers will be the same as we've been seeing. Manley, Friedler, Taylor, Gibbs, T.J. Naylor, and a few others out there. Latimer and Bubba, the big Texan. So we'll be seeing, a lot of them have already been out there, but we'll be seeing a lot more filtering in to get some good opportunities. You mentioned Milligan. We've seen Milligan out there.
Milligan's been playing quite a bit on the corner already on defense.
You'll see Izzy out here, I believe, right? Now, he usually is on the special teams anyway.
We got most of the kids' numbers tonight, but we're still missing 1 or 2, I think.
And we really feel badly about that, and that we just don't keep getting updated versions when jerseys are changed or that sort of thing.
Greg Walby, ready to kick. And Walby really hits this one. It's high and it's fielded at the 1. And there's T.J. Naylor down there. Brings it back to the 21. Dan Brand in on the tackle.
Yes, Branded again. There you go.
And also Jeff Knowlton.
Jeff Knowlton and Andy Elting in on that one as well. Andy's very, very fast for a lineman also.
And Steve Latimer, along with Andy Elting. So first and 10 for Hillhouse at their own 22.
What's the hit?
Sweep right. This met right there, about a 1 yard gain.
Everybody on that pile but Brand at that time. Oh, didn't fool anyone.
10-man tackle there. Yeah. Right? Here's up in the bottom of the line, and
the ball carrier brought down by number 30, Dan Anderson.
This is the time when you don't want to see bad habits get formed or any of that sort of thing.
Colin Johnson.
Let's see who we got in here. 81, Ernie Remillard. Chris Milligan, 22 in. Remolard's 81.
Some receivers showing here.
And Jeff Knowlton is playing the deep safety. Pass play, it looks like, going to the right. And that's, McMahon gets away from the first tackle. He spun right out of the hands of somebody over there. I don't know who it was.
No, I couldn't.
Good gain for Hillhouse. Pass on the flat on the right and a good run after the catch. First down. And now we get some of the other starters out. Kingsley comes out, Naylor comes out, Brand comes out. 88 for hand is Jeff Fitzgerald, sophomore.
Anderson's still in.
And that's a
nice. Nicely met.
Big hit there by somebody.
Nicely met.
Let's see if we can pick up a few more numbers. 64 is Scott Belleville.
John Colasar on the tackle.
John Colasar in on the tackle. He's wearing 56.
Second and 9.
Anderson comes out of the game. He's probably done for the night. 64, Belleville is in the line. 51, I don't have a 51 on my roster, do I? Yes, I do. Ed Sulphur. And a good run by Hillhouse.
Nice.
Dragged
Nicely
down
brought
by
down.
Milligan.
The ball carrier.
Milligan, nice job, Chris.
Milligan.
Close to a first down. Needs about a...
And they're giving it to him.
I got a first down.
43-yard line of 43-yard line of Hillhouse.
43.
First and 10.
So the front line there is number 60, Sean Ryan. 64
Scott
is
Belleville?
Scott Belleville. 81 is Ernie Remillard. And they're running right up the middle, and another good run up near midfield.
Who did we miss on that front line?
One I didn't get there.
Was it, you got Sean Ryan, we got Scott Belleville,
Milligan.
we got
Remillard.
Oh.
And 38 over there is Andreas Lingos.
Yeah, he's one of the running backs later on. We should see him back out there.
'51 is the other one, Ed Sulphur.
Sulphur, okay, Eddie Sulphur.
So their second unit is in the game. It's like a pass play and a good pass play, a good reception. Complete pass and a man heading for the end zone. There's Lingos has a chance to knock him out of bounds before he can get there at about the 7.
Nice job. Coming all the way across the field from the far corner position.
He did, didn't he?
Yes, he
Andreas
did.
Lingos was covering on the far side of the field and ran the man down on the near side at the 7.
So he literally had to come the 55 yards across field on an angle, catch up with the player to make that. Nicely job.
There was a broken tackle after the completion.
First and goal at the 8.
By far, Hillhouse's deepest penetration. They're down about the 7 or 8. First and goal. Looks like a pass play being chased. Man's got an angle at the end zone. And the ball is fumbled. He even gets it to the 1. The tackle was made over there by Vinny Benevento.
Yes, Vinny, good job. Good pursuit.
By number 20, Jeff Knowlton, and number 11, Vinny Benevento.
Knowlton was the other man there.
That's the 1.
Second and goal, just short of the goal line. The ball popped in the air but went out of bounds. Hillhouse retains possession. We're down to 8 seconds left in the third quarter.
Literally at the 1 foot line.
Last play of the quarter, probably. Running right up the middle, and the man takes it in for Hillhouse. They get on the scoreboard.
Takes the ball into the end zone for a Hillhouse score.
And they're going to have 3 seconds left in the quarter before it runs out. The score now is Hand 37, Hillhouse 6. Near the end of the third quarter. And I like the idea that Coach Steve Philippone has. You don't try to rub it into anybody and keep that second unit out there even if they get scored on.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with
You're
it
not
very much.
necessarily looking for shutouts.
No, shutouts don't mean the difference. I know.
They're going for two here on the pass play. It's complete in the end zone. Got it. 8 points now for Hillhouse. That was a good pass play.
The 2-point conversion attempt is good.
Going along with that line of thinking, you know, the only thing that big run-up scores does is improve the ego, increase the ego of the coaches, and that's not necessary. The game isn't for the coaches. The game is for the players, and that sort of thing. And when you see some of the big scores, you know, 70-0 and something, that just makes me disgusted, to be honest with you, Ken.
Now, Hillhouse had a very good drive there and a big pass play down the left side that was finally run out of bounds, but then they pushed it in. We have one more play in the third quarter. 3 seconds left.
Dan Breen and Jeremy Friedler back deep to receive the kick from Hillhouse.
Eric Izzo is 58, right in the front line for hand. They're expecting it. Hillhouse may have an onside kick here, it looks like.
Would not be surprised.
It's not going to surprise hand because they appear to be looking for it a little bit. We'll see. Kicks it away. It's going to be short and bounces. Picked up by, that's Kingsley, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
James Kingsley on the left side. And Kingsley is going to be hog-tied across the 40, but an excellent return.
What's he trying to do it all or something? What is this?
Second quarter, the third quarter.
That's
The score at England 37.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a King James version of a kick run back. As the third quarter expires, we go to the fourth quarter with hand leading 37. The scoreboard says the visitor has 81, but I believe they have only 8.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a misprint up there. As anybody in the printing business knows, right? Called a typo.
Now it says 8.
That's corrected. A little bit of white.
I've never seen anybody score 81 against hand, particularly this year.
In basketball, maybe. Matter of fact, some basketball scores have been 81 to 37. That's another story. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, we switch ends and
well,
go to
we
the
got
fourth
it coming
quarter.
down. Oh, no, we are switching. I'm sorry. Yes. All right, see if we still, yes, Scotty Roberts is still in there. So we really have the same first unit in there pretty much, Kent, as far as offense goes.
First and 10 for the Tigers at the Hillhouse 37.
Jeremy Friedler is the tailback. That's Friedler going to the right. Right guard, right tackle.
Not much there.
Gained about 2.
Jeremy Friedler, the ball carrier. Picks up about a yard of the play. Second and 9.
Craig Taylor into the game. Out comes Chris Gavin.
That means Eric Izzo should be in there doing the hiking chores.
I believe that's 68 is the center there. That's Elting.
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought we'd see.
Let's hand off to Craig Taylor. Andy Elting was the center on that play.
Was he really?
Craig Taylor getting some running.
A pickup of 5 on the play.
Sean Manley into the game, brings a play.
Third and a long 5.
Ryan Supernaut out.
Okay, we do. Yeah, we have Andy
We haven't
Elting.
seen Andy Elting play center before, I don't believe, have we?
Give him a few reps down there.
Pitch wide to Friedler. Friedler cuts it back and goes about to 27. That's close to a first down.
You want to keep the ball. Give a lot of the other guys a chance in there. Well,
about the 27-yard line.
John Colasar did a nice job on a block down there that time. Saw him digging a little dirt.
Down for the Tigers.
Got just enough for a first down. And Hand will probably keep it on the ground. They got enough points in this game. If they score on the ground, so be it, but they're not going to go for a long one, probably.
No, not unless they needed something for a first down. Or
hand it off to Friedler. Friedler fights to the 25.
Colin Johnson and Gavin takes it up the middle for about a 3-yard pickup. 2nd and 7.
Well, we're seeing Chris Milligan get in there. We haven't seen him go in on a running play, I don't think. Very much, anyway. Well, he's going to be taking Jimmy Kingsley out, so he'll be over there in the tight end position. And he is.
Milligan in the tight end position, yeah. 2nd down and 8. That's Craig Taylor, a big hole. Taylor breaks a tackle and takes it all the way near the 10. About
nicely
the 11.
done. He saw those blocks set up very, very well.
34 carrying the ball up the
brought it down nicely.
By the 12-yard line to about the 11. 1st and 10 at the 11.
He's a good-sized hombre for a freshman. I mean, a sophomore.
And there's number 12 into the game, Jason DeFrancisco.
Greg Walby coming out with a little bit of a limp. I think that'll call it a night for him.
DeFrancisco is split wide left.
He's like he got an ankle kick or something down there. And watching Greg Walby on the sideline here.
Here's a pass play. And a nice catch by Supernaut.
Very, very good by Ryan.
The pass is complete for Ryan Supernaut.
You could see Ryan out there again watching that ball into his hands. We did an interview of him last week. Maybe you all picked up on it. It's been very, very nice to see him really kind of come into stride over the last few games. Good job out there.
And needs about 4 for first down and about 5 for a touchdown.
Yeah, it is a first down capable out there, but
that's Friedler swinging wide to the right.
Oh, he's going in.
Take it in the end zone. Jeremy Friedler.
It's the Friedler for the Tiger touchdown.
Friedler on the rope. Phil, he's a junior. He'll be back again next year, as we've been saying. And as we've also observed, he's got the capability of putting some pretty good yardage up. Ken. And takes over as usual. Nice job.
On the conversion tries to get big Matt DeConcilius in there blocking.
Yeah, put the whole.
He's at the right guard position.
Whole barn door in there. Oh,
looks like it's cooked.
Wow,
that's good.
Yeah.
He hit it low and left a little bit, but he got it inside the upright.
That kind of curved around to make it, I guess.
That takes Hand's score to 44-8 with 8:18 left on the clock against the Hillhouse Academics.
Certainly the highest scoring game for Hand this year.
I noticed Tyler Young, number 72, was in the game on that conversion.
You know, Jeremy Friedler, again, trying to check with the cat stats here. And Jeremy coming into this game and had over 300 yards on the season, so that's not a small number.
And not nearly as many rushes as some of the other.
64 rushes for a total of, well, let me say for an average of right on 5. So that's nice work. That's good heavy-duty rushing when you need it, and good average out there.
Barry and Taylor back deep for Hillhouse.
Yeah, but that isn't Walby that's set to kick. It's Jeff Monroe has the ball teed up. Number 44 is going to try to kick off. And he gets a pretty good kick.
Very, very good on the mountain man.
And it's fielded about the 11. And the run back, still going. Finally tackled by T.J. Naylor at the 35.
That'll be good field position for the Academics out here.
The ball back to the 35-yard line.
And had a few missed tackles out there, but brought down by T.J.
And pretty much the second unit in there now off clear cross. The inside linebackers are 56 and 11. 56 is Colasar, I believe.
Yep, Colasar.
And 11 is Benevento.
Yep.
Run to the left side, a gain of about 7 or 8.
Ingos was covering over there, but it looked like Remillard did a nice job on that.
And Scott Belleville make the tackle.
Stopped by John Colasar. And a host of other Tiger tacklers.
And Steve Latimer comes out. I didn't realize he was still in the game. He was one of the few starters that was still in the game. And usually leaves one of the starters in there to sort of keep order on the field. Run over the left side, a good run. Finally brought down.
Actually, the trip up out there was by Knowlton, I believe. He really came over.
Knowlton tripped him, and Milligan put him down.
Stopped by Chris Milligan.
Milligan and Jeff Fitzgerald make the tackle.
Hillhouse at the pinned 45-yard line.
First down for Hillhouse. We're winding down to about 7 minutes left in this game, and we're getting a breeze again. Frank, I'm just about ready to let the clock run at this point.
Yeah, let it go.
Cold.
Let it go. Give it a running time. A ball's down.
The ball is fumbled, but recovered at the 45.
Yeah, my hands are starting to feel it.
Remillard and Tyler Young is 72. He's a sophomore.
Good quick pickup out there. That Colasar calling the defensive scheme.
Number 12, Jason DeFrancisco, getting some playing time at defense. Andreas Lingos covering on defense. Lingos is fast.
He sure is.
And the man breaks a tackle, gains about 4 or 5.
Vincent Taylor, the ball carrier.
Yeah.
He picks up about 4 or 5 yards on the play.
Nice fill out there by hand. Didn't let him get too far away.
Scott Belleville.
Ernie Remillard.
Ernie's getting in there in good shape. See him on the basketball court a little later on, hopefully. Vinny Paolini, I believe, was really in on that play, too.
What numbers he got, Frank?
52.
52. Pass play.
Pass play's got time. There's a little holding on
and incomplete. Lingos has the coverage.
Surprised. Tyler Young got in on that. It looked like he was held, but they didn't throw the flag.
38, Andreas Lingos. And number 12, Jason DeFrancisco.
4th and 5 for
4th down.
Hillhouse, and I would think they would probably go for it. We've got 2 receivers to the near side of the field.
Yeah, they're going to flood some receivers out.
And the quarterback still got it, looking to throw, and he's got a man open down there, but he can't hit him.
Not quite there. Couldn't get it to him.
4th down play, cannot make connection, so Hand will take over to 40.
Pass intended for Lamont Berry is incomplete.
That was a good-looking play, but and the man was open, but the quarterback could not hit him.
That man was Lamont Berry out there. He's a senior, and he's been offense-defense. We've seen him a lot out there. He looks like a pretty darn good athlete to me. Also has shown some good sportsmanship. He's the one that earlier I said helped Walby up.
Hand takes a timeout to sort out who they want on the field here.
40-yard line.
Frank, I noticed that we have not called the name of Hunter Morris tonight. He has had problems with his hand. It's been in a cast. He's in uniform, but I don't think he's played.
I don't think he has either. Like you say, he has been injured and has been playing with it, but
They didn't need him tonight. This is a good time for him to arrest it.
Yeah, you bet. Don't risk it. Boy, it's nice to see the band still hanging in too down here. The bands have kind of filtered away a little bit, but the band is sticking right to it.
Quarterback for Daniel Ham. And number 58, Eric Izzo, is the center.
Eric is center. Jason DeFrancisco at quarterback. Craig Taylor and Andros Lingos are the backfield. Ball is fumbled and covered by Hillhouse.
Oh, that's a shame. You hate to see that. Their first opportunity out there. They weren't able to make the exchange at all, Ken.
5.5 minutes left in the game, and Hillhouse gets the ball back, but this game has been decided some time ago. It's currently 44-8, and second unit in the field. That's Chris Stackpole, 59, just coming out. Right guard, right tackle, and a good run, spin, and a first down inside the 25. He needed to get to the 25 for a first down, and he got it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it took a student body to get him down, too, out there. There's a nice job out there. Jeff Fitzgerald putting a
Stackpole back in the game.
And number 52, Vinny Paolini.
What number is Paolini?
52.
What is it?
52.
52, okay. And they run the middle, and that man runs hard.
He sure does.
If they don't wrap him up, he keeps going.
Those legs are churning all the time, so Hand had to get him down.
Dragged down number 20, Jeff Norton, with help from John Colasar.
Yeah, Colasar's getting in a lot of tackles out there.
Second and
Number 78, Jeff Rosigliano into the game. He's another sophomore.
Replacing Eric Izzo. Is he out of the game?
78 in the lineup for the Tigers.
Second down and 2 for Hillhouse. Quarterback still got it, looking to throw. There's his man open, complete pass, and touchdown Hillhouse. With
the pass is complete to Lamont Berry for a Hillhouse touchdown.
4:01 left in the game, and Hillhouse scores for their second time. That was a good-looking pass play.
It was.
By
That
Hillhouse.
To perfection.
And it's nice to see that Hillhouse may be out of this game late in the fourth quarter, but they're still playing hard.
Yeah, they're playing hard, and they're showing some pretty darn good discipline. You got to hand it to the kids for that.
And they're going to go for 2.
Yeah.
They were successful the first try at this. Got one receiver split wide to the right. Quarterback still got it, and he is complete pass in the end zone, and 52 for a hand. Almost had to tackle, but good conversion play, and gives Hillhouse 16 points, 44-16.
Yeah, Paolini actually had some pressure on the quarterback, hands on him. He passed it in. The receiver had to go down low and dig it out of the dirt. He did, and it was 2 points.
Fans, as you're leaving the game tonight, remember to take it slow because there are a lot of other drivers out there, along with a lot of pedestrians. So please take it slow on your way out. Remember, if you drive to beat the band, you may end up playing a harp.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Oh, man, I am starting to cool down a little bit.
And the wind is blowing out of the west.
When I came up after halftime, I noticed somebody had spilled some hot chocolate on the stairs down there. Aluminum, and it was frozen solid. What does that say?
We may have to pry a few people off of those aluminum seats today.
I think so. Well, maybe an onside kick, maybe not.
Now he's going to kick a low line drive. Those are hard to feel. Finally, it's picked up by TJ Naylor. And Naylor swinging wide. He's trying to turn the corner.
TJ, baby!
Good return by Naylor, but he's being hemmed in. Gets an almost back to midfield, however.
What he should have done maybe is reverse the field one more time, Ken. He would have been able to pick up some black jerseys over there.
Number 11, Alfred Guante, number 30.
Nice job.
Miller.
TJ Naylor brings it
10 for the Tigers.
clear back to the 48. Good return.
You betcha. He returned that about 68 yards for a 20-yard gain.
Hillhouse takes a timeout before we can get this play run with 3:49 left in the game. Hand leading 44-16.
And the question is, we're going to see in for quarterback? Yes, we are. DeFrancisco. Let's get Jason there and calling the signals.
For your band members. Eric Uzo in at center for the Tigers, along with number 52, Vinny Paolini, a true freshman.
Oh.
They're not going to call penalties on something that minor.
No. That's discretion the better part of valor.
That's right.
They're probably at home saw a defender go across the line.
Hillhouse man did cross the line of scrimmage, but the referees are getting called too, and who cares? Nobody's going to complain that that one didn't get called. Gain about 4 yards.
I think I'll go down.
Jason DeFrancisco at quarterback. And that's Craig Taylor with the ball and breaks a tackle, and he's only going to be a yard short of a first down.
Craig Taylor, number 34, takes it across the 45-yard line.
Ball down to the 44.
Short. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Third and a short 2 for Hand with 3 minutes left in the game. Andreas Lingos is the tailback, and that's Craig Taylor. He's got the first down, and the whole pile is moving forward. There comes a flag in. We got a flag on that play. Somebody was pushing the whole pile forward, and I think that was what the call was about. We'll see. It's gonna be marched off against Hand, it looks like. That call was against Hand for somebody, a lineman pushing the whole pile forward. They're going to see after the 5-yard penalty if he still got enough yardage for a first down. Now, it looks like they're going to have it by the length of the football. First down, Hand.
The run results in a first down.
Hand with a first down.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Hillhouse 43.
Jason DeFrancisco at quarterback. Craig Taylor, the ball carrier, and he's not going to get anything this time. The whistle blows. They never got him off his feet, but they stopped the play, so the whistle blows the play dead.
Ball carrier. Stop for no gain. 2nd down.
And this game has slowed down appreciably here, although Hand is letting the clock roll. We're down to about 2 minutes left. Not sure who that ball carrier was. Lingos. Andreas Lingos carries the ball. And a tough yard on that run.
Andreas Lingos, the ball carrier.
3rd and 9 for Hand, and we will wrap it up at the end of this game pretty quickly on top of the press box. And Frank Tordoff has gone down toward the field to see if he can catch a couple of players for an interview right after the game. 3rd and 9, and it's run up the middle again. And that's number 11 carrying the ball, Vinny Benevento.
The ball carrier. He takes the ball inside the 40-yard line to about the 38.
4th and 6 for him.
And 5 for him.
We have a minute left in this game. They're going to run it on 4th down. And another run right up the middle, and that's Andreas Lingos. He's going to be stopped short of a 1st down. Hillhouse will get the ball back at about the 35.
Hillhouse will take over at around 36.
We're inside of a minute left in the game. Our crew tonight, this is Kent Sprague. Frank Tordoff was up here. He will be down on the field, catch a couple of players.
Will be Thursday morning.
On the cameras tonight is Paul Sprague, who is on top of the press box at the 4th quarter. Steve Fust earlier.
Ask you to please pay attention to your newspapers.
Joe Tenzar, JT is on the sideline.
The next game is at Guilford.
Blair St. Laurent is on a switcher inside the booth, giving us live shots. And Matt Lawrence is the head gaffer tonight, helping with the cord. We're down to 46 seconds. Let's run over the right side, and the tackle is made at about the 40. Wrapped up by Jeff Knowlton, Jason DeFrancisco. Might talk just a minute about the next game. Will be Thanksgiving morning at Guilford this year. That'll be their 11th game of the year, and they'll go into that game with a 10-0 record and #1 ranking in the state. As we count down the last 15 seconds here. And the snap is bobbles, fumble in the backfield at the 40. And the clock is running. We're down to 2, and that will be the final play of the season, of the game.
Daniel Hand 44, Hillhouse 16.
We will wrap it up from the top of the press box and send it down to Frank Tordoff on the field. This is Kent Sprague saying good night from the press box, where Hand beats Hillhouse 44-16. It's all yours, Frank.
Maybe Notre Dame might say hit us a little bit hard. Nobody else. That's nobody. That's good. So good luck, guys. I hope you win it. Get #1. You deserve it. You're better than me. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. Take it easy real quick. Fellas, that was a great win. We did everything that we needed to do. We were a little sluggish in the first half, you know. But we did come out in the second half and do what we've been talking about, build some momentum for the future, okay? We still have one big game to go at Guilford. We got to win that one again to earn a right to come back here again, okay? So that'll be a very, very big game for us. We got to win that football game in a week and a half, 2 weeks from now. We'll be right back on this field playing a good football team for the state championship. So our goals are all out there still. Let's keep working for them. And let's keep our chins up and stay together. We'll talk when we get back about what the schedule is, okay? Enjoy it. Farewell to your family.
All right, got sticks for me?
All right, Greg Walby right here. We saw you make a couple of spectacular both catches and attempts earlier today.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
what do you want to tell us about those, Greg?
Well, they were long passes, actually. I saw it in the air. I was running as fast as I can to get to those. I drove the one down the end zone I felt I should have got. I was pretty upset about that. The one over on the sideline, just watched it in. It was good. It was a good feeling to make that catch over there.
I would think so. When you see that on tape, it's you maybe try out for the Olympic gymnastics, I think, when you see that one, Greg. But look, Greg, the future's coming up here. We got Thanksgiving coming up and then afterwards.
Yeah.
But what will you be talking with the kids about from now on out? What will you be looking for?
Well, we know this was senior night tonight, but actually, if we win on Thanksgiving, we come back here for a playoff game on Tuesday night. So basically, that's going to be our motivation for Guilford, and for the rest of the season, we're going to look forward to that. I know the seniors want to come back and play another game on this field because we absolutely love it here.
I think that would be, it'll certainly be a first for hand football.
Yep.
Playing a tournament game here.
Yep.
Okay, now look, I saw you're limping a little bit out there.
Oh yeah, close to the end of the game. Close to the end of the game, I rolled my ankle a little bit. It's all right, though.
It's okay, no big deal.
Little ice can't
Little
fix,
ice, all right.
Yeah.
Good. Now, Thanksgiving Day. Give us a pitch for the people at home for Thanksgiving.
Get to the field early, because there'll probably be a lot of people, and dress warm.
That sounds like a winner after time. Look, Greg, congratulations, great game.
Thank you.
Danny Anderson right here, he's got his jersey off. He's one of those rugged individualists, I guess, Dan, on this 30-degree night out here.
Yeah,
how about your game tonight? You had a great game again.
Thank you. Our line block's great, and, one of my favorite linemen, Jeff Monroe, did a great job coming around the end. He did a really good job.
Your favorite lineman, Jeff Monroe?
Yeah, Jeff Monroe, yep.
He does do a lot out there.
He does.
No
I follow him every play.
We can see you really out there lining those blocks up for yourself. Do you have anything like that? You can tell the rec league kids. We've heard that the rec league is going to be playing themselves. They've done a great job. You played down there years ago.
Yep.
What would you tell the young men at home that are rec league players?
Just have confidence in your line like I had on my line, and they're just a great line, and just follow them everywhere.
Super. Now, as co-captain, we're coming up into hopefully 3 more games, but at least 2, as we know it. What do you want to tell the people at home to do about cheering the squad on and all that?
Just keep coming out to watch us. We love having more fans, and the more the better.
More the better. Thanksgiving, what do you want to tell them about Thanksgiving? Anything?
It may be cold, but still come out there on Turkey Day.
There you go. Thanks an awful lot. Dan, great game again. Take care.
Look at that. Get out of the way.
Sure. Coach, you want to tell us, we knew this game was a good game tonight, and it was a good kind of maybe tune-up, hopefully. Tell us about the rest of the season so that the folks at home will be able to start coming out.
Sure. We needed to win tonight, and we need to win on Thanksgiving Day in order to secure a home field advantage.
Okay.
I believe, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty certain that this win gives us an automatic, we've qualified for the state championship mathematically. In fact, I'm pretty certain of that. But in order to secure a home field advantage, we need to win on Thanksgiving Day, or else we'll drop down, and then we'll have to play on the road. So really, Thanksgiving Day is very, very important. If we win on Thanksgiving Day, it appears that we'll play Newtown, who's a very outstanding team. We've seen them play 3 times this year already, and they just annihilate people. And we will play them here on Tuesday, December, I want to say 2nd or 3rd, I'm not sure, but it's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. If that works out and we should win here, then we would play, I'm guessing, the winner of Staples and Fitch at West Haven High School at 2 o'clock on the following Saturday. So that's, the way the thing pans out for us. It's a lot of football when you think Thursday we'll play Guilford. Friday we'll get our videotapes of our opponent. Friday night we'll have the kids in to think about it, look at it a little bit. Saturday and Sunday we'll practice. Monday we'll go through the motions, and Tuesday we'll play. And if we win Tuesday, then Wednesday it'll be the same thing as Friday was in Bang Bang Saturday. So to play 4 games really in about 8 days, three games in 8 days, it's a lot of football. But we've worked very hard to get to this point, so now, we're really very happy about being here. This was a big game for us tonight to secure a piece of the Shoreline, the SCC, Hammonasset Division Championship. Yep. So we're assured at least of a piece of that championship. And I think, as I said, I'm fairly certain that we've qualified for the playoffs. In fact, I'm absolutely certain that we qualified for the playoffs.
I think that you know, from what I understand about it, it is two. The two things that we're pretty certain about tonight was the win qualified, and then also, like you said, the Hamo division became ours for this
it's
year
automatic
also.
that we at least have a piece of it now.
Yeah.
You know, we beat Guilford and we have our outright championship, and you know, we've won that every year that we've been in the league, and that, of course, is one of our #1 goals, is to win the league. That's #1, to have a winning season, and then to qualify for the tournament. So it looks as though we will have accomplished all of our goals at this point in the season, so we're pretty happy about that.
Now, the next little thing out there, not a real little thing if you're one of the injured, but we have a couple of kids that have been getting a lot of time and they're not playing. How are they going to be as far as rounding out the squad for the last few games here?
Well, I assume you're talking about Zach Suppies.
Suppies and Hunter Morris was...
Well, Hunter's fine. Hunter was sitting down for other reasons.
Okay, all right.
Hunter and Brian Deaconsill sat down for other reasons. And Zach Suppies is recovering, and I think we'll be fine. He had 4 wisdom teeth pulled on Tuesday, and he, I think, will be ready to go on Thanksgiving Day, and certainly he'll be nice to have back in the lineup. He's a very, very potent kind of a defensive player and also a tight end for us. So we're pretty healthy. I think we had a couple of kids banged up tonight. Hillhouse hit us very, very hard. Yeah. Very physical team. So, you know, I think we got kids banged up. We'll give them a day off tomorrow to recover, and then we'll be right back to work on Tuesday to get ready for Guilford.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much, Coach.
Frank, and thank you guys for the great work that you're doing, and Joe.
It's a lot of fun.
So
a lot of fun. Good luck for the rest of the year with the team. Okay, everybody, we'll do a quick wrap up here. And yeah, I am a little bit warmer here than I was up on top as far as that goes, Ken. 44-16 final score. What's your last thoughts?
Well, that takes us to 10-0. Last year it was 7-3-1, so this is a good team that keeps rolling. But I heard Coach there say that the Hillhouse team hit hard tonight, and they did, didn't they? They really popped them.
Yeah, there are a few kids that are hobbling out there. I mean, one, Greg Walby's got a little bit of a bruise on his ankle. There's one that I saw out here. Naylor is limping a little bit again. You know, he's nursing that all, for quite a while now. But nonetheless, they'll come back. You heard pretty good words out of the coach this time.